Hey Cecilia, I've read Looking for a Job by Jojo Moyes, and first of all, I would like to give a resume of the text, and then I'm gonna analyze it, and I will go through point of view, characterization of Louisa, and themes and feelings in the story, and then I will compare it to a text that we have read in first G about growing up, which is also a topic in Looking for a Job. And finally, I would compare it to literature history. But yeah, Looking for a Job is about a 26-year-old girl called Louisa, um, who lives in a small British town with her family. And yeah, she recently got fired from her job as a waitress in a small restaurant, and now she's desperately looking for another job. Um, she's going to the job center often, and there's a few places who wants to um, employ her, but none of the places she finds none of the places very interesting. Um, she actually hates all the jobs that she's have tried. Um, but yeah, in the end of the story, she finally agrees to a job where she's gonna take care of a disabled man who can't move his arms or legs. And that's what the story is about. Louisa, she is a 26-year-old girl, as I always said, and she is looking for a job, and she is in a lot of despair and is very desperate. And in the end, she just wants her old job back. Um, she has trouble letting go, and you can see that because she really misses her old job, and that's all she can think of. It's about the people she worked with and the good, yeah, just a good job. And yeah, I think also she's trying to find herself and trying to know who she really is, and trying to find a new identity, because she can't have her old identity because she have lost the job, and now she's trying to find a new job and and a new identity. Um, it's the story is written in first person narrator's point of view, and the narrator is a part of the text as Louisa, um, and that's makes it that we hear the text from a limited point of view, because we only hear it from Louisa's. We only see the story through Louisa's eyes. We only hear her thoughts and her feelings, not all the other ones. And yeah, um, some important themes in the story is the financial crisis, because it's the financial crisis fault that she had got fired, and that the whole family is insecure. Um, they don't know what the future brings, and um, yeah, Louisa just wants to find a new job as quickly as possible, because um, she lives in a very poor family. Um, the whole family had bad jobs, and the mother is just taking care of her granddad, who is very ill. And some other themes is poverty, because, like I said, the family is poor, and I think the whole society is poor because there's no jobs from young girls or boys anymore in the town. And yeah, and another theme I think is dreams of the future. Um, yeah, feelings. I think it's a sad story because Louisa is sad because she recently got fired and her relationship with her boyfriend is not going so well. And yeah, um, she that's um, a very sad feeling in the text, and another feeling is despair. And um, uh, yeah, that's the most important feelings. And I think looking for a job reminds me of a text we have read in first year called Sin Bin or Lucy's Heart. And it's about a girl called Lucy who sits in detention in her school because she had hit another girl later. Um, she used to be the brainy, nerdy girl without so many friends. But now she have become friends with Beefan, who's this smart ass girl, and therefore she end up hitting another girl. She now sits in the detention and think about all the terrible things that she has done, and she concludes that friends with Beefan is not something for her. She just wants to be the girl she was before, and I think it's a little bit the same in looking for a job. Um, she, Louisa is trying to um, find her, know know herself better, and trying to find a new identity. And like Lucy, she is trying some really bad things and ending up saying that it's not something for her. She just wants to be have her old job back, and then yeah, like Lucy just wants to be her own self, her old self, and yeah, it's also about growing up because um, when you're a young boy or girl, it's like Lucy and Louisa is, and they get more responsibility for their actions. Um, they can't depend on what the mother or father um, give to them. Um, yeah, so it's also about growing up in both texts. And finally, I think the story, um, this story is written in the modern postmodernism age, um, because it's written in 2011, and you can see it's written in the postmodernism age because it described the financial crisis which happened in 2008, and the story is going on in 2009, so after the financial crisis, and you can see that what major effect it has on the people, um, and it has a huge effect on every people in the whole world. Um, many people lost their jobs, and many lost all their money because of the financial crisis, and um, it's a big theme. It's a big historical event in postmodernism, and um, it's a very important theme in looking for a job. And some other thing is that um, she's trying. She's not trying to uh, make harmony in a chaotic world. Jojo Moyes, she's just describing the chaotic world, and she's not trying to deal with it or something like that. She's just making it clear that that's just how it is. Um, She describes an everyday life for a girl in that age, in that period, and that's also one of the characteristics of um, the postmodernism age.